Tales by Sabine Baring-Gould. Preface. The fairy tales in this little book are, with two exceptions only, those which delighted our fathers and grandfathers in their childhood. In the form in which we have them, they are not older than the end of the 17th century. The majority of them were written by Charles Perrault, whose collection of fairy tales appeared in 1697, dedicated to one of the royal family of France. It contained Bluebeard, The Sleeping Beauty, Puss in Boots, Riquet and his Tuft, Hop o' My Thumb, Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, The Wishes, etc. To each of these tales was added a moral in bad verse. The morals have been forgotten, the tales are immortal. But although written by Perrault, he did not invent the stories. They were folk tales which he wrote in simple words as they had been told him in his childhood, or as he had seen them in earlier collections. The tales of Perrault, says Dunlap, are the best of the sort that have been given to the world. They are chiefly distinguished for their simplicity, for the naive and familiar style in which they are written, and an appearance of implicit belief on the part of the relator, which perhaps gives us additional pleasure, from our knowledge of the powerful attainments of the author and his advanced age at the period of their composition. The success attained by Perrault's little collection animated others to write fairy tales. Such were the Countess d'Aulnoy, Madame Murat, and Mademoiselle de la Force. But only the first of those approached Perrault in charm of style, and gained a lasting hold on posterity. She told the imperishable tales of The Fair Maid with Golden Locks, Gracieuse and Percinet, and The White Cat. Among a host of imitators, none wrote stories that have lived, except Madame de Beaumont, who published her collection in 1740, and in it is Beauty and the Beast, a tale that has gone through successive stages of simplification till it has assumed a form tolerable to childish minds. Almost as soon as Perrault's tales became popular in France, they were translated into English, and speedily became indispensable in the nursery. It is to be regretted that the popularity which attended them caused the disappearance of a great many of our own home-grown folk tales. Attempts were made in England to win the ears of little folk by fairy tales. A couple of volumes were published in 1750, but they lacked precisely that quality which was so conspicuous in Perrault, and so certain to ensure success with children: simplicity, both in structure of the plot and in diction. Though the stories in this collection have some merit, they have none of them gained a hearing. It was otherwise with Grimm. He did in Germany on a more extended scale what Perrault did in France, and Grimm's folk tales won their way to children's hearts at once, and have established therein an empire which cannot be shaken. Grimm's success was due to the same cause as that of Perrault. The stories in this little book are all, with two exceptions, known in every nursery. What I have done is to rewrite some of them, I may say most of them, simply, and to eliminate the grandiloquent language which has clung to some of them and has not been shaken off. Madame d'Aulnoy sinned greatly in style, but nothing like the degree to which others sinned. The original Beauty and the Beast is intolerable in the dress in which it was sent into the world. What Perrault did was to take traditional tales and clothe them in the language that was adapted to children of the end of the 17th century. The tales were not original. What he did was to print them undisfigured by fine language. His great merit consists in having thought them worthy to be published. Perhaps the stories want telling a little differently to children at the close of the 19th century. I have thought so, and have so dealt with some, but not all, of these tales. If I have made a mistake, I am quite sure of one thing, that the printer has made none in using such a beautiful type as can try no eyes, and the artist has made none in supplying such delightful illustrations. If I have made a mistake, then I appeal to the tender hearts of the little people in the nursery, and I know they will pardon me, not only because I promise to make them up a set of really delightful old English fairy tales, but mainly because the childish heart is ever generous and forgiving. S. Baring Gould. End of Section 1.